Flipped houses, where the paint is fresh, the floors are shiny, and the plumbing, well, let's just say it's creative interpretation. Stick around because I've seen where the wild things are. Hi, I'm John, your friendly neighborhood home inspector, and today we're exploring flipped houses. The good, the bad, and did they even watch a YouTube tutorial before trying this? Flipping houses can be great when it's done right, but when it's about cutting corners instead of fixing the real issue, that's when things get interesting. And trust me, I've got stories. Let's start with one of my all time favorites. I'm in a crawl space, checking the plumbing, and there it is, a pipe just hanging out, completely disconnected. No drain, no connection, just vibes. I call it Bluetooth plumbing. Wireless, but not exactly functional. This isn't just lazy, it's a major red flag. Water doesn't teleport, folks. This kind of shortcut leads to leaks, mold, and maybe even a family of raccoons throwing a housewarming party under your house. Then there was a roof that was a little too perfect. The shingles looked brand new from the ground, except they weren't. To give them a fresh look, quote unquote, someone had painted over them. Here's the problem. You can't paint over a problem like a worn out roof. It might look fine in the listing photos, but come the next big storm, you're buying buckets instead of furniture. Oh, and high pressure washing shingles, that's the equivalent of giving a bald man a shampoo gift set. Just don't do it. The tangled web of electrical shortcuts. I once opened an attic to find an open junction box and wires twisted together like a spaghetti at a bad potluck. No wire nuts, no tape, just raw wires hanging out ready to spark up some drama. This isn't just sloppy, it's downright dangerous. When you're flipping a house, skipping basic safety measures doesn't just put your wallet at risk, it put lives at risk. And then there's the structural stuff. I've seen flipped houses where someone decided to take out a load-bearing wall to make it an open concept. Sure, it looks great in the photos until your ceiling starts doing its best impression of a saggy old banana hammock. Oh, and don't forget the termite damage. I've seen flips where someone slapped some drywall over it and hoped no one would even notice. That's not lipstick on a pig. It's turning the pig into bacon and hoping for the best. The moral of the story? Don't let shiny countertops or staged furniture distract you from what really matters. A flipped house can look incredible on the surface, but still hide a minefield of problems underneath. That's where a good home inspector comes in. We know where to look, how to spot the shortcuts, and when to call out the Bluetooth plumbing for what it is, just a mess waiting to happen. Flipped houses are like MREs. Sure, they're shiny on the outside, but sometimes you're left with a broken cracker and some jalapeno cheese. My job is to make sure you're getting more than just the scraps at the end of the box. So if you're thinking about buying a flipped house, make sure you bring someone who can see past the fresh paint and shiny fixtures. And hey, have you seen any DIY disasters in the wild? Drop your story in the comments, because when it comes to home inspections, it's better to know the drama up front than to move in and live it, or it's going in the report.